All right, let's talk about it. It's the question on every developer's mind, right? Is AI coming for my job? You see the headlines everywhere, but what's really going on? What's the truth behind the hype? Well, we're going to dig into the data and find out. So let's just kick things off with a number that, well, it's pretty hard to ignore. 25%. That's how much the number of entry-level junior developer jobs has dropped since just 2023. And look, this isn't some far-off prediction. This is happening right now, and it's already changing the game for anyone trying to break into the industry. So what on earth is driving this?
To really get what's going on, we have to look at the signals coming straight from the top, from the industry leaders who make the hiring decisions, and from the developers who are in the trenches every single day. And yeah, that anxiety you might be feeling, it's definitely backed up by some pretty serious numbers.
See, this isn't just an accident or some random market fluctuation. It's a conscious strategy. A recent survey found that over half, 54%, of engineering leaders are literally planning to hire fewer junior developers, and they're pointing directly at AI tools as the reason why. This is a huge confirmation that the ground is shifting under our feet.
And here's where it gets really interesting. On one hand, you have a massive 84% of developers who are already using AI. I mean, it's everywhere. But on the other hand, you have 54% of their bosses looking at that and thinking, hey, maybe we don't need as many people. It feels like a total paradox, right? But what it really shows is a fundamental change in what a developer's job actually is anymore.
But hold on. This isn't just a simple story of robots taking jobs. It's way more nuanced than that. Researchers are starting to talk about something called the productivity paradox, and it completely flips the script on what it means to be a productive developer in the age of AI.
So what does that actually mean? Well, developers feel way more productive using AI, but it's not because they're just mindlessly copying and pasting code. The work hasn't vanished, It's just moved. It's shifted from your fingers on the keyboard to the space between your ears. The real effort is no longer about just writing code. It's about critically judging the quality, the security, and the logic of what the AI suggests.
You can really see that shift right here. Before, a huge chunk of the job was just production, churning out boilerplate foundational code. Now, the job is all about curation and critical thinking. The question has changed from, can you write this, to, is what the AI wrote any good? AI is basically forcing every developer to become an expert-level editor.
And if you need proof that developers aren't just blindly trusting AI, just look at this. In one study, get this, half of the developers threw away more than half of all the code the AI gave them. It just wasn't good enough. As you can see, only a tiny sliver of AI code is ever used as is. Most of it gets tweaked, fixed, or just tossed in the trash. AI might provide the raw clay, but the human developer is absolutely still the sculptor.
This quote from a developer in that study just nails it. The AI isn't the boss, and it's not a replacement. It's the new junior partner. It's like a pair programmer who can handle the grunt work, freeing up the human to focus on the really hard stuff, the complex architecture, the system design, the big picture things that require deep, genuine understanding.
Okay, so if the job is changing this dramatically, who's going to be the one to succeed in this new world? Well, people are starting to call them the AI native developer, and they have a whole different way of working.
See, the AI native developer isn't just someone who uses AI. They orchestrate it. They're fluent. They know how to weave together different AI tools, agents, and APIs to get things done, and get them done fast. Their value isn't measured by how many lines of code they can write from scratch. It's measured by their speed, their expert eye for reviewing and debugging AI output, and their almost detective-like skill for finding flaws in really complex systems.
And you know what's really fascinating? We're seeing this whole new career path emerge. Since AI can handle a lot of the basic coding tasks, some newer developers are just skipping that phase. They're jumping right into becoming system-aware engineers, specializing in high-level system and network design way earlier than was ever possible before. It's a total game changer. So this all brings us to the big one, the most important question. How do you prepare for all this? What can you actually do to not just survive, but really thrive in this new world? Well, there's a pretty clear roadmap. It really comes down to 3 key things. First, use AI as your personal tutor, not as a crutch. When it gives you code you don't understand, ask it to explain it. Make it teach you. Second, you have got to double down on your self skills. AI cannot negotiate with a client or manage stakeholder expectations. That's your human superpower. And third, and this is a big one, commit to lifelong learning. The tools are changing every single day, and you have to evolve right along with them. And let me be really, really clear about this. The biggest career risk you face is not AI itself. It's becoming lazy and passive because of AI. The developers who are going to get left behind
are the ones who treat AI like a magic black box that just does their work for them, without ever engaging their own brain.
So, at the end of the day, that whole scary story about AI being your replacement, it's just wrong. This is a story about partnership. AI is probably the most powerful tool a developer has ever been given. But hey, a tool is only as good as the person using it. The future belongs to the collaborators, to the orchestrators. So the only real question left is, are you ready?